And back here on this Tuesday edition, let me live on KUWB, and the American Sewing Guild has chapters all across the country, and you know, they're advancing sewing as an art and a life skill, and then sometimes it can be kind of a lost life skill for some. But my pleasure. Welcome back to the program. Had her on before. Irene, Devin's at studio. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. Thank you for having us.
Well, let's talk about what we got going on here locally. We'll talk a little bit about the Laramie chapter and how folks can get involved if they'd like to. But what do we got coming up here, Irene?
Well, as you said, it is the Laramie chapter of the American Sewing Guild. We are the only chapter in Wyoming, although there are many nationwide, and we have ladies as far away as Casper and Riverton who belong to our chapter. And we try now with technology to keep them more informed, but we meet each month through the winter, take the summer off, the fourth Monday, and we have a number of activities, but a very special one is coming up this Saturday.
Now, is this the one that I think this is an interesting one, because you can kind of get involved. If you're in the public, this would be one to check out, especially if you love to do some things arts and crafts wise, and especially from a sewing perspective, because you guys do kind of a little exchange almost.
We do. It is happens every other year.
Okay.
So please try to make it this year, because it won't be here for 2 more years, but it is April 14th. It's at the United Methodist Church, and it goes from 9 to 2 on Saturday, and it is our fabric sale.
Yeah, it's a big fabric sale. I remember you joined me on the show a couple years ago talking about this event, and a lot more interest out there, I think, than people realize in some of the different fabrics that you ladies have. There
really is. We are expecting some inclement weather Friday perhaps, but Saturday's supposed to be very nice, and the last time we had this fabric sale, the turnout was huge, because people are learning that no matter what their hobbies are, there's often some things in the way of fabric. We have fabric for clothing, and I think that at excellent prices, and especially if you're doing children's sewing, there's some excellent opportunities to save money. There are patterns. There are outdoor fabrics. We have a number of men who come to this because they're doing camping bags or bags for their cars or different things like that, and they'll find good fabrics there. We have quilters who come because it's always nice to pick up some extra colors. We have crafters, and often you will find notions, things that are getting very expensive in the retail market now, but they'll be 25 cents or a bag for 50 cents. And that goes a long ways when you're doing a project that you can experiment a little and it's still fun and it isn't costing you a lot.
You talked about some of the different ways that folks can utilize the fabric, and I always think of kind of a term that has caught on here in the last decade or so about upcycling when it comes to clothing, and how much do you see maybe some young designers that have aspirations of doing something like that maybe in the future? You get some of those folks out there in attendance as well?
We do, and actually there's a group at the college and there's a group at the high school, but we have had at least 2 speakers of young designers who moved here for lifestyle or because they married someone in the community, and they literally have been upscale market designers, and they were terribly interesting. But when you're in that field, you're often creating some of your own fabric and you're experimenting with what's out there, and at these prices you can have fun and experiment.
Now that's going on 9 to 2 this Saturday, and you said at the United Methodist Church. I know that's off of goodness gracious here.
I think it's Harney.
Harney and Gibbon, in between Harney and Gibbon Streets there, kind of a little bit on the north side of the university, close to just a couple blocks west of 15th and Harney Street, if you're looking for a stoplight in town to kind of navigate where you're going to the United Methodist Church. Now, you mentioned the American Sewing Guild and the Laramie chapter is the only one in Wyoming. Does that surprise you? Especially with the interest that you get from other ladies coming from different parts of the states?
It does a bit, but We have been a very old chapter. We're probably about 30 years old.
Okay.
And at that point in time, we just got a good foundation, and we've had a group of dedicated ladies. And I think people might be interested in where the proceeds go.
Okay.
A little bit. We always support the 4-H projects at the fair. We give some of the prizes. We support the Make It With Wool and give the prizes for that from the proceeds of things like this fabric sale.
Okay.
We make sure those young ladies have excellent scissors and other sorts of things they might not be able to afford to buy themselves.
Well, and sometimes you don't think about that in something when it comes to whether you're utilizing different fabrics or what, but some of the things that you have to utilize to make things get quite expensive, it sounds like.
They do, and we may have some used machines this year.
Okay.
People can donate items, and I have 2 phone numbers that they could call to donate. It would be Sue at 954-703-9932.
Okay.
Or Mary Jo at 745-8159. You may donate any of these things I've mentioned, and we will put them on the fabric sale. They will be a donation. If you wish to sell your own items, because some people have almost designer fabrics that they're wanting to recycle.
Okay.
You may rent a table for $25, but you must take care of that table yourself.
Okay. So how you want to set it up, if you want some slick design or anything like that, that's all up to you with that.
That is correct.
And we'll mention these ladies' numbers one more time before we get done with the interview, so in case you didn't quite catch those numbers. But are there examples of different tables that we are going to have in terms of some of the folks out there? I mean, can you give me some examples?
Well, as I said, there are ladies who do some very fine fabric sewing, and sometimes they don't want to totally donate that. Sometimes there are quilters who have extra pieces for fabric projects they've done, and now they have a great deal left.
Right.
Sometimes there are estates where people have a rather large collection, and those are the types of individual tables we've had in the past. But the projects that we then, in addition to supporting any type of sewing learning in the community, we've done a lot of work for the hospital in terms of rice bags for the hospice house and for extended care, and also for the cancer center. Sometimes just that nice warm rice bag when you're getting treated is a very nice thing. Yeah,
it goes a longer way than sometimes we realize for those folks.
It does. And when ladies have had surgery, particularly for breast cancer, support of that arm, they call them ouchless pillows.
Okay.
But they're specially designed. We've contributed to those. It's kind of nice in the care centers for the elderly that we've had little big crumb catchers for their meals, because when you're sitting in a wheelchair, it's kind of hard to eat in a tidy manner.
Yeah, I understand that.
So something that's bright and cheery are things we have made and donated. We've had necklaces and pillowcases to Climb and to Safe Project for the children that are fun necklaces for the ladies, things to encourage them because it's such a great program.
Right.
And we have taken cool scarves for our military where you can soak them in water and they remain cool around your neck.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and we've made those, and then drawstrings bags for their personal materials or for materials they might give to children in the area they're serving. This is particularly overseas, this project goes on. I personally took over 30 dresses to Africa when we had the opportunity to go, that our guild made. And they were the kind that adjust with growth, and you can put a t-shirt under or wear as a sundress depending on the season. And I can't tell you how thrilled those children were. Our guide actually said it was life-changing. It's probably some of the first new things they've had.
Wow, wow.
So from this fabric sale and from the work of the ladies, these are examples of the projects that are done.
Well, those are some great examples. If maybe perhaps I can't make the fabric sale, but I'm interested in getting involved with the Laramie chapter of the American Sewing Guild, how do I go about doing that, Irene?
Well, these contact numbers, Sue is actually our president,
Okay.
but you are welcome. We meet the fourth Monday of every month. As I said, that'll be April 23rd and May 21st coming up. And April 23rd, we're actually going to have the Down to Earth dry cleaners come and tell us a few things about fabrics and dry cleaning and care.
Okay.
On the 21st, we have a local entity, Brown Sheep Yarn, but we have had a variety of speakers, and guests are very, very welcome. We usually meet at 7 p.m., again at the United Methodist Church, downstairs, and you can contact a member, our president, or just feel free to come.
Now, if interested in maybe getting a table, throw out Sue and Mary Jo's numbers in case you maybe want to donate. Maybe you've got something, maybe it's different fabrics, whatever it might be. This weekend, again, it's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday for their fabric sale. It is a hot show, there's no doubt about it. So let's give Sue and Mary Jo's numbers out just in case they need a little bit more contact information.
I'd be happy. Sue is 954-703-9932. Obviously a cell phone. Mary Jo's number is 307-745-8159.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in, talking about this event. I wish you the best of luck. Sounds like it's one of those sales that a lot of ladies in the community look forward to, and hope that we can provide maybe some folks who weren't thinking about going a chance to go 9 to 2 this Saturday. The First United Methodist Church there, right off of Harney and Gibbon Street there, a little bit west of the 15th and Harney intersection where the stoplight is there. So you're kind of on the north side of the University of Wyoming campus, by a few streets, a few blocks there. But right off Harney there, it's the big United Methodist Church. You can't miss it. Irene, always a pleasure. Thanks for thinking and stopping by and visiting with me.
Thank you, Dave, for having us.